Each and every one of you in here is the CEO of your life. You are the Chief Effectiveness Officer. How well you delegate, how well you plan, how well you organize, how well you have a relationship with time, how well you know your priorities is all up to who? Is all up to you, right?
In today's result-driven society, how much does your title really matter? Our next guest believes leadership is not about the position you hold, but how well you lead. In his book, Leadership by Choice, Eric Papp offers a new roadmap for becoming a leader people actually want to follow. Eric is a professional leadership trainer who has worked in both corporate and private clients across the country.
Eric Papp is the founder of Results-Based Seminars and author of Leadership by Choice, published by John Wiley & Sons. Eric helps people increase their performance by creating powerful distinctions and accomplish results such as increased personal power, higher level of self-awareness, and how to foster a culture of authenticity, happiness, and productivity. Eric is a frequent guest on television and radio programs.
Here to join us is Eric Papp.
This is Eric Papp.
Eric Papp. Eric Papp is founder and CEO of Result-Based Seminars and has helped Fortune 500 companies become more productive and effective.
His insights are featured in media outlets such as Dallas Morning News, HR Executive, USA Today, and New York Times.
And here's why it's very important for you. How many of you in here are managers? Just by a show of hands. How many of you manage people? Just by a show of hands. Okay, I'm here to tell you you don't have to manage anybody anymore. That's a relief, somebody just said. You manage yourself, and you manage their promise to you. It's leadership through self-management. So it's managing ourselves, getting people to manage themselves, and if you manage or if you work with other people, you're responsible for people, a department, you manage their promises to you. Being powerful and what that means. How do people become powerful? How do they become successful? Well, it first starts with a choice. A choice that you see yourself as someone who is valuable. And the reason I say is because when you see yourself as someone who's valuable, the language that you speak is very powerful. When people say, they say talk is cheap, right? Have you heard that? Talk is cheap. Well, talk is not cheap, however. Talk is actually very expensive because some people are talking all the time and they don't realize that it's costing them a lot. So this is a very important principle. So if you get this principle, this is like the foundation here. And that is this, honoring yourself as your word. So realizing that your word has power. So when you say you're going to do something, you what? You do it, right? And you say you're going to do something, then you do it. You say you're going to do something, you do it. And you do it over and over again. And other people start to see you as a person that honors their what? Their word, right? That's the whole idea. That's what powerful people are. Powerful people are ones they say something and then they make things happen. We almost live like in a world today where it's an abdication of accountability. And if you want to be leaders and manage yourself and so that other people look for you for guidance and look for you for inspiration, look for you as a source of influence, is keeping yourself accountable. And that is so huge. And the reason why I say is we live in this abdication of accountability. It's going to be like the biggest discovery of our time is that you cannot listen to the radio or watch the television and in 20 minutes hear something like, Jack, have your feelings been hurt today at work? Have you been asked to work a 9-hour day? If so, call the law offices of 1-800. So I want to talk about the knowing leadership versus being a leader. And this is a very interesting conversation because how many of you have you known somebody that maybe took like a course and they did absolutely nothing, perhaps before them? Like maybe they went through the Leadership Tampa or Tampa Bay Leadership, or maybe they went to Harvard and got their MBA on business ethics or business, right? They took a whole course on ethics and then they go to Wall Street and they do the exact opposite. Anybody know what I'm talking about just by a show of hands? So knowing something doesn't really make it the end of the day, right? I mean, heck, even myself, I wrote a book on leadership, teach leadership, and even I know at times knowing it doesn't make the difference. Does that make sense? You know, so it's like, so when we know something, just like if we know that, okay, that I need to lose weight, which I'm working on that, but if I know that, okay, I got to eat less and work out more, sometimes that doesn't really make the difference, right? So the question now becomes is how do we actually take some of the concepts, the core concepts of leadership, and actually how do we just become that, or how does that be in our entire day, right? Or just be the makeup of who you are and what you do.
He serves as a weekly contributor as the leadership expert on News Talk 1530. Eric's newest book, 3 Values of Being an Effective Person, Establishing the Foundation for Personal and Organizational Leadership, has helped managers stop managing people and start managing their promises. Eric earned a degree in business management from the University of Notre Dame, and since 2010, he has been rated in the top 1% of management trainers in the United States.
What I'd like you to do is take out a piece of paper. You can write it on the pad. Okay, so you can just keep it there. Write it on the pad if you'd like. You can write it on the note card. I want you to write down the hours that you spend at work. You know, that's a good point. Just there. Physically, yeah. I love the interaction. This is great. So keep interacting with me. I love the spirit. So you spend. So we've come to the conclusion that's about double. Is that fair to say? Is that right? Okay. And if we added that up, like we said, times that by 5 days a week, or how much a week, and then how many days do you spend at home? Okay, on the weekend, or even just during the week, you would see that you spend more time where? At work. Now here's the real question. Why trust? Do we trust those that we live with, that are our family, or do we trust those that we work with? You don't have to answer this out loud, but do you see the relevance of today's topic? So it's almost that you make it a priority to start to what? Start to develop trust with the people that you work with. Okay? That's the idea. That's the concept. That's where I want to start from. The healthy conflict is to then, in the meeting, what? Say something. Raise your hand and say, hey, John, can you clarify? I'm a little bit lost. Do you see that? Is to then get involved, get engaged in the meeting. I see that. That's one of the most times at the meeting is people, they're not going to say something, or they're not going to, but they'll go and they'll talk to their office colleague. So then when it comes time for us to implement it, we don't really have trust and belief that it's going to work in this project. Okay? And it might be over something so petty that if we would have just got clarification, we would have been right on board. May the sun of optimism shine brightly upon you, and all your hopes, goals, and dreams and aspirations come true. And everyone that you encounter is a better person because they met someone like you. I hope I was that person for you here today. My name is Eric Papp. Thank you guys. God bless. Thank you. All right. Thanks, man. Thanks. Good job. Thanks.